Shio, hia no ik huodohi. Today, hello, today is a beautiful day. And it is a beautiful day. I wanted to talk a little bit about some pronouns, but I think I'm going to drop a bit back and go to plurals. In English, you form a plural by adding s to the end of the word. In Cherokee, the plural is indicated at the beginning of the word, and it's very important to understand how that's done. Let's see, I've got cards ready, so let's look at those. First of all, we've got animate and inanimate, and my Cherokee instructor explained to me that there actually is a subcategory of living and respirating, or not living, I should say not on there, not living and not respirating. And there actually is a difference, but I'm not sure how far we're going to go into that. Look at the syllable for D. Now D at the beginning of a word indicates that it's a plural that is non-living or inanimate. It also goes on that's on nouns. It also goes on adjectives, which are dealing with non-living or inanimate nouns. And D is also added onto all the persons, first, second, third, like I, you, or the he, him, her, she, it. Of the active verbs, if the verb has a plural direct object, so that's a lot going on there. So if the sentence, the word, remember Cherokee words are sentences, if the word sentence has a plural direct object and it's on any of the active verbs, then you're using the D. And that could be if the objects were either, whether it's living or non-living. Some variations, there's the da, the day, that category of, and these are at the beginning, that's what I'm indicating here, the beginning of a word. Another plural that you're going to see, let's go look at the ooze. It's a third person. If it's got that living aspect, it's going to be the ni or the na, the n sound, the unis, and the zoo. That's what. So that would be the. This would be the non-plural, and then you start to get into the plurals. Some examples. Let's go with. I've got a quilt. Well, it's a fake quilt, but it's a quilt. We're going to go with that here. And if you were going to think about one quilt, you're going to say Haye Gali. Haye Gali is one quilt. D, remember the D? The Diye Gali is two quilts. It's plural, makes it plural. Another word, let's see, I've got something here. Talutsa, the basket, which is referring to this action here. I've got another basket here. One basket would be talutsa, but the two, di talutsa, going back to that D. These are not living, they're baskets. Okay, let's do another word here. You've seen, ooh, wait, see, it's getting some condensation on it from being out here in the heat. I took it out of the refrigerator. Ooh, wait, see, shogul, one egg. Or, if it's plural, because eggs are considered living, especially if they're fertilized, zuwaitsi, tali zuwaitsi. Alright, that's egg. Let's look at the word. Egg, one egg, uwaitsi. If you've got more than one egg, it's zuwaitsi. So that makes a different kind of plural there. And again, it's at the beginning of the word. Now we've moved into the animate here a little bit. Another animate, let's go with, here we go. Shogul hugata. Hugata, a seed. It's also the word for a pit or a grain. Hugata one, shogul. Or if you've got multiples, plural, unigata, ungata, uni. That's that uni again that I think I showed you back here. Because They don't look alive right now, but these can be planted and they turn into, as we know, shalu. I think that's a picture on the bag, actually, shalu. All right, one more word, and that's, I'm going to show that again. Hugata, hunigata, that's the seed. One seed at the top there, and then you see the prefix on the bottom there that it's multiple seeds. That would be referring more likely to like this whole batch of them. Let me pour those out. The whole batch of seeds. Unigata, that's better. Unigata. There is one, oh, I didn't bring that out with me. Let's think about Adela. I'm always going to tell you that's the word for bead, and it's on one of my videos on my other channel. You can learn about bead. Adela is the bead. Now, when you have more than one, you wouldn't just say Adela, which is the singular. There's actually another word that often goes with it. Now, that refers to beads strung together. They're individual beads, but they're all connected on a loose string. Ade tadi yadzot, ade tai zadot, yadot, yadzadot, yadzad. Well, let's just come back to that later. There's some things I'm thinking that we might want to cover, but just to get you started, we are talking about prefixes that are plural. And when you want to make something plural or singular, you see that indicated at the beginning. The focus today truly, I've introduced some others just so you'll be looking for them, but the focus today truly is on that D, used to form plurals of non-living or inanimate nouns. D is at the beginning to form a plural for an adjective dealing with non-living inanimate nouns. And D is added to all persons, first, second, third, I, you, him, he, she, it, you know, those things. The first, second, and third, if the verb has a plural direct object. And it doesn't matter whether the plural direct object is living or non-living. In some other prefixes, that actually will make a difference. But right now, we're just talking about the D. Again, I'm introducing you to the different world view of the Cherokee language. It is different. The plural is indicated at the beginning rather than the end as in English. And there's animate versus inanimate. There's a lot going on. But now you have a few words extra that are also in my other channel that you can really practice there. But you can see how to begin to make plurals out of the nouns and verbs that you do actually have. And the adjectives as well. Thanks for listening. So, shki. Remember, shki is thanks. Shki.